Hi everyone, this is Kevin from Supernatural Selection. Are you an independent creator? Do you have a webcomic or an Etsy store? Do you 3D print things? Or are you just looking to get some word out for your Discordian cabal with social terrorism? Well, we'd love to help. And David, I believe you've got some details about how we can help.
Why, certainly. If you go to supernaturalselectionpod.com/contact, that is supernaturalselectionpod.com/contact, you can learn how to advertise with us.
That's right. I believe the rate is $2 per episode. You can't beat that with a stick.
Yeah, I mean, trust me, we've tried.
Yeah, that's cheap. That's literally cheaper than dirt.
And best of all, if you're not sure how to write an ad, we'll do it for you. We'll even record it.
Absolutely. Just let us know what you need in the ad, and we'll be happy to do that for you.
And again, that URL is supernaturalselectionpod.com/contact.
And now, back to the show. So, it turns out that Darth Plato explained how the podcast thing actually is recording me saying press before I hit the button. And it turns out it's always just kind of recording in the background when it's turned on.
Interesting. So you're telling me it's magic?
What I'm saying is that it's magic powered by the NSA.
It's always listening to you, just like Alexa or Google, and it's gonna like find that one time you said something defamatory about the president, and you're gonna be just disappeared.
Oh, I'm gonna be on a list some point in the next 4 years.
Oh yeah, if we're not already.
Probably.
Hello, and welcome to the relaxation hole.
Oh, goddamn, are we doing this again?
Gonna relax my whole area.
Yes. We have assorted oils and creams. Just relax. So anyway, welcome to the Distraction Hole. I'm your host this week, the worst host of them all.
The hostess with the cupcakes.
With me this week, we have Kevin. Kevin, I'm not going to say anything disparaging towards you because you got it through both barrels last time.
Well, first off, thank you. And secondly, next time I host, I'm just going to be screaming the whole time, apparently. Just to throw y'all's vibe off. Damn. Other than that, I guess I'm doing okay despite everything. We'll talk about what I've been up to.
Okay, that's fair.
When we get to
and then also with us, we have Mike. Mike, how are you doing?
I'm fine. I don't know. I'm fine, I guess.
No, this is just a wellness check. Are you well?
I guess I'm fine.
Okay, all right. Not well, but fine.
This is fine.
Okay, all right.
This house is on fire, but it's fine.
Alrighty. Well, let's see. I have to pick an order this week. You know what? Let's go ahead and start with Mike. What have you been up to?
Other than pushing my face into a pillow and screaming a lot.
Well, that's not unique to you. All of us.
No, that's actually pretty unique to me. I don't do that very often, but this week got me screaming. But anyway, so I've watched a lot of anime. Surprise, surprise.
I watched some with him.
So, but, I've been watching a lot lately, but that's usually not my main, what I do all the time. So I'm just in the depths of an anime binge.
Well,
Nothing more sad and pathetic than the man's in the depth of an anime binge.
Well, yeah, I'm thinking about it in the, you know how tag clouds work? When I think of you, the immediate three tag clouds I have are science, 3D printing, and anime. Those are the biggest on the cloud.
Among, various other
Oh,
things. Yes.
yeah. You were a man of many tags. I'm just saying that, like, as far as the size of those tags on that list goes, those are the three that I associate with you.
Are the big ones.
Well, I'm surrounded by 3D printers, but I haven't actually used any of them in like a fortnight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But did you use them in a Minecraft?
Yes, I did. But yeah, so the anime I've been watching, I've watched a full season of so far, is the one you've recommended. It's that time I was reincarnated as a slime. Mm-hmm. That's not autobiographical.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's okay. We'd still love you even if you were a slime.
I'm a slime ball, but I'm not a slime.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, it's interesting. It's an isekai. I mean, it starts off with our main character, who I think he goes unnamed. We don't ever know his like human name, his slave name, if you will.
It was Holden.
But he gets. I don't know, I think they might have called him something senpai.
It's a joke.
Like on the people he was talking to on the street.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, he gets stabbed. Like he just like someone runs up and just stabs the fuck out of him.
So not a truck.
And he bleeds out there on the ground. No, not a truck. No, not at all. And
what if it was a truck with a knife attached to the front?
What if it was a truck driver?
Ooh.
And as he's dying, he is saying a few things, and that comes up later. But he gets reincarnated as a slime in a fantasy world.
Well, he also tells his friend to destroy his hard drive.
Yes, destroy his hard drive.
Which is very realistic.
Mike,
yes.
I think you, me, and most of our friends have that as a standing order.
Yeah, no, it's you can have my computer, just format the hard drives before you use it for your own sanity.
Right.
Nothing like legal there, just your own sanity.
I just don't. There's things I don't want to know about.
You don't want to know that about me.
I actually don't want you to publish my manifesto.
Well, I'll have a manifesto, but that's going to be separate from my porn folder.
I find Mike's manifesto, open it up, it's just 12 pages of the repeated words ass and titties.
Ass and titties. Ass and titties.
Titties.
But, so anyway, so he comes back as a slime, right? And he...
as you do.
He has some attributes that are unique to him due to what he was saying as he was dying, so...
Erase my hard drive?
No, the other things. He's like feeling cold or feeling hot, I think, and he said something about that, and he has like fire resistance and some other thing he says. So he ends up with this great sage in his head that knows everything and is just like, makes him really cool and seem like he knows what the fuck he's doing. Mm-hmm. So, and he goes on. So this show, it's less a adventuring, fighting monster show. It is basically ActRaiser, the anime, because he's building a city and a nation.
I get that reference.
With fighting monsters on the side.
Yeah. It's one of those nation builders.
Yeah. And, and he's literally building a nation from nothing because he first encounters a group of goblins. And an interesting mechanic in this show is that none of the monsters have names, but giving them names basically levels them up. So he encounters these goblins and he gives them all names. And one, he passes out for 3 days because he uses all his magic. And two, they become, bigger, stronger, uncut.
They turn into that Daft Punk song.
Yeah, they become hobgoblins, which are just,
bigger
goblins, or in the case of female goblins, sexier goblins.
Don't say that.
Which does bring me to a little critique I have about it is
you can't fap to it.
Well, no, actually the opposite, but how inconsistent the upgrades are, because some... Like the lizard people, right? The guys just become, more lizard people, whereas the girl lizards become like sexy humans. Like the end goal of all these monsters apparently is to become humans, I guess, because every monster becomes more human the better they get.
This Do you remember that Robot Chicken sketch where the guy built a female robot and he's talking about how it powers itself and stuff, and just some dude in the audience stands up and goes, "Can you fuck it?"
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That.
Yeah, the ogres become just sexy ladies with horns.
Oh, God.
The goblins stay green, at least to their, credit. They're still green, sexy ladies.
Well, I mean, Gobta remains peak design.
Oh, no, Gobta's like the best boy. Like, he's just like, he evolved, but he looks just like the same dopey little round-headed goblin. He looks like a goblin, if a goblin was mixed with Charlie Brown.
Mm-hmm. He's great.
And he's great. Because he eventually kicks ass, but he's also looks dumb as shit.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, no, I've watched all of season 1. I'm on to the extras between season 1 and 2.
I just looked him up, and I'm in love with Gopta.
No, Gobta's awesome.
Yeah,
Gopta
he's
is
great
the best
character
in anything ever.
His Rimuru, his dire wolf, is fucking great because he's just dog. Like, he can be like menacing and super tough, and then he's just like wagging tail, happy dog mode.
Just a dog.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah.
A dog with like now 2 horns coming out of his head, and is taller than a horse.
I think this may have actually finally sold me on watching this.
No, it is good.
It's legitimately fun. It really is. Like, it's an isekai, so it's remarkably fun for what it is.
I do like how, I don't know, nice it is, I guess. Like,
It's cozy.
I was going to ask if cozy would apply.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of the word cozy to describe things. I don't know. It just feels bad to me for some reason.
I get it. I actually get it.
I don't know. I guess that's because I'd never really used cozy as a word.
Well,
so to me, cozy just means like warm.
Well, I get it because Stardew Valley is definitely what I would describe as a cozy game.
Well, you see, with the slime anime, it's more like the most exciting stuff is like the nation building day-to-day life stuff, and then the power level anime bullshit is just kind of like, okay, well, that's getting us to more of the really fun stuff.
And like, he's just like making friends with all the enemies. Like, he fights somebody and then ends up being their best friend, even if he kills them.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I'll leave that to chew on that. And
that reminds me of Dragon Ball Z, how every villain they come across ends up joining the Z Fighters at some point.
Yeah.
Shit, you didn't even mention Veldora. The dragon that he meets away, and and the fucking international crisis that starts.
Oh yeah, so the first person he meets,
what the fuck, man,
is Veldora, the giant black dragon that has been captured by a hero and sequestered in this cave that he spawns in, that Rimuru spawns in. Am I getting the names right? I might be getting the names wrong.
Yes, absolutely.
That Rimuru spawns in, and that's the name of the slime is Rimuru, to straighten things out. In fact, they name each other because, well, Veldora already had sort of a name, but they kind of give each other names and kind of become family, I guess.
Yeah,
and then Rimuru,
and there's Vor involved.
And then Rimuru eats Veldora. But that's like, he's a slime, so his like big thing is he can eat stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's mainly how he does neat things, is he eats them.
Yeah, and it's funny how like the entire nation, the back of the nation is on the fact that like it's whatever this little slime thing eats.
Yeah. And so he eats the dragon, and that means the dragon disappears. He doesn't eat the dragon, so the dragon is like encased in a thing, some kind of barrier. Mm-hmm. And he can't figure out how to get the dragon out of the barrier. So he eats the barrier so he can analyze it. But that means the dragon is just gone. Well, this is a dragon like all the nations had come together to fight and send their best hero out to capture it. So this dragon disappearing just makes them all shit their pants.
And all the characters are so funny.
Yeah. So you have these nations wondering where the dragon is, and then they go to where the dragon was, and they find, well, there's these goblins that are like doing suspiciously well for themselves. And a slime that seems to be in charge, which is weird.
Mm-hmm. It's just so funny. And literally, like, they keep introducing all these really fun characters. And, it's like an anime where every character kind of has their quirk. But it's really entertaining. Like, they're all very kind of, like, richly drawn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I recommend it for sure.
Yeah. I may actually check this one out. I'm kind of, given the state of the world, I'm sort of down with the idea of checking something new out.
And there's a lot of anime because each season, at least season 1 and 2, I haven't looked at season 3 yet, are 24 episodes each. So there's a good amount of content there. Plus, I think 6 extras between season 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of content there.
Yeah, and there's like a lot of different like balance of power storylines things because you have this one ascendant nation. And you have the old guard, and then like there's that conflict. It gets really economics becomes a big part the further you get in, which is absolutely fascinating.
Toward season 2 because I hasn't quite gotten there yet. The last thing in season 1 was the kids at the school. Yeah,
no, it's going to get very economics based, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah. So fun show. I recommend it. Let's see. I will probably give more updates of season 2 when I get through that probably next week.
Should we talk about Dan to Dan?
I guess since we're talking about anime, we could talk about episode 5, 6 of Dan to Dan.
It's the most
6
recent
episodes.
one.
Yeah, episode 6.
Mm-hmm. We found out where one of Okarune's balls went.
I was going to say, can we just talk about the fact that if you had told me a year ago, I'd be really excited every time there's a new episode of an anime that involves looking for a guy's testicles, I'd call you a liar.
His balls.
His balls.
And it ended on a
cliffhanger.
Not even, cliffhanger kind of in the middle of action, so we don't even know the resolution. I need completion for my balls.
You need a climax?
Yes.
I see.
Well, no, I'm at the climax. I'm being edged here.
Oh.
And then denied the release.
Such a good show, though.
So this character, Ira, is like the funniest thing.
Oh, the girl?
Oh,
yeah. I'm so pretty, and she's got that main character kind of thing down.
No. I'm so pretty, I have to be the main character. What do you mean I'm not the main character?
Uh-huh.
I'm so pretty, I was chosen to dispel the evil of the world. Oh, wait, I'm getting my ass kicked.
You know what? It reminds me so much of Rush Limbaugh's Talent on Loan from God that I want to be like, she's a Republican pundit in anime form.
Oh, man. And then, I like that we have Turbo Granny in the form of the cat now.
Oh, God, no, I'm so happy about that.
Because I was waiting for that to land, and it's so perfect.
She just hates everybody, and
I love her.
She's not adorable at all, and she's perfect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this anime keeps winning.
Yes.
And then also, like, Momo's friends calling her out for being shitty to Okarune. It's like, no, those two are so fucking in love now.
Oh, no, totally. And here's the thing. That's the other thing is I like a good anime where people actually discuss shit and are honest about their feelings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Also, the fact that fucking Okarune didn't realize she was cute until someone else mentioned it.
Right. He was just kind of getting over the fact, like, oh, I have a friend now, and panicking about that. And now it's like, oh shit, like,
she's cute. Oh no. Mm-hmm. Oh no.
Now I have something to be insecure about.
Now I can't deal with this.
Mm-hmm. But so I started. So Mother's Basement, the YouTuber. Does some amazing work, like analyzing anime. He's the one who does that, like, here are the trash anime of the summer.
I'm not familiar with this guy.
Okay, so Mother's Basement did a analysis of the opening theme to Dan to Dan.
I really do not like that song.
I love it.
I like the animation in the opening. I like everything about the show except that opening theme.
Well, so what he's doing is he's doing a lyrical and visual analysis of the opening and connecting it to like foreshadowing. But he had pointed out something that I had kind of had an inkling of, but like he made it explicitly clear, are the Ultraman elements of the opening. Down to like the alien, the Serpican, or what was the name of the alien?
The Serpo aliens.
Literally doing like the Ultraman laser beam pose and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and then the way
I spotted that in the show. I was like, he just did an Ultraman.
Yeah, but even like the credit sequence, have you ever watched like Ultra Q or Ultraman? Like there's visuals in the credits of Dandadan that are just like pulled. There's one shot where Momo's doing a kick and her earring makes an Ultraman style eye in the silhouette.
Huh.
Yeah, and I'm just like, oh shit! Like apparently this creator was a fan of Ultraman, which makes me happy because I love Ultraman.
I would love to lock him and Ernest Cline in a room together.
But no, if you get a chance, Mother's Basement, they're on YouTube. Really fun video, but I also just recommend them for their trash anime reviews.
Okay.
Where it's just like here's 24 trash anime this season. You know, this one's worth four dumpsters of lube. This one's worth 6 anime body pillows wrapped in Cheeto dust. Yeah, this is really good.
Mike, what else have you been up to?
So I forgot another show since we took a weekend off. I finished another show before Slime Anime. So I really liked K-On! Back in the day, so I thought this was up my alley. Bocce the Rock. Are you familiar with that, David?
No, I've heard of it.
So, nothing doesn't, no relevance to me at all, but, she's the titular character. I forget her real name. Bocce's becomes her nickname, but she is very what'd you call that? Has very high social anxiety. Well, I don't really have social anxiety that much, but she doesn't talk to a lot of people in school, has no friends. So she decides at the end of junior high that she's going to learn the guitar and become a rock star to make friends. So, at the beginning of middle school, so all through middle school, she learns the guitar and gets really good at it. First year of high school, still no friends, because turns out, people don't just gravitate to you if you keep to yourself and just play the guitar. So she ends up in a band, though, through, the way animes do. Things start working out for you when the anime starts. And it's just about her and her friends forming a band, and just doing band stuff, rock band kind of things. Very nice show. Like I said, if you like K-On!, you'd like it. It's a little more, I don't know. K-On! Was very, I don't know, Azumanga Daioh almost. It was, all at school.
Yeah.
I don't remember a whole lot outside of school. They were a club, I think. I don't know. It's been
they
10
were a
years.
club. I watched a little of it.
It was 10 years since I've seen it, so my memory's a little fuzzy. But Bocce the Rock is all at, seedy, rock venues, little, hole in the wall rock. Not really seedy, but they work at.
It's actually about the underground music scene.
Sort of, yeah. They work at all to pay, and it's one of those kind of semi-informative because they talk about the indie rock scene in Japan, I guess, where they have to pre-sale a certain amount of tickets to have a slot in the at the venue.
Oh, wow.
If they don't sell enough tickets, they have to pay the difference or something like that. There's say the venue has a 20 ticket minimum. If you only 15 people come, where the band is liable for that 5-person difference.
Oh, damn.
Stakes.
So yeah, so they have to get jobs to make sure they can cover those expenses, which the jobs are just at the venue itself because it's the drummer's sister's venue. But the sister's not going to give her a free ride, so you still have to make your way. and it's hilarity ensues as this very shy yet extremely talented girl tries to become a rock and roller. It's one of those. It's also like K-On! It's one of those anime that's weird in that almost all the characters are girls. Like there's a few in K-On! There was only I don't think K-On! Had any male characters that I can remember that had speaking roles.
Azumanga had
the teacher,
dude.
yeah, the creepy teacher. Bocce the Rock at least has a few side characters. Like there's like a couple characters that have speaking roles that are male, but for the most part, they're all cute girls, cute women, whatever you want to say. But it's a good show. I mean, they rock out. It has some decent music. What more could you want from an anime?
No,
Good,
I mean that sounds
funny.
pretty cozy.
Yeah.
You're doing it on purpose.
You're just doing it to get to me, aren't you?
I mean, is it not cozy?
You're trying to cozy my goat.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Mike, hide your goat. He's trying to get him.
I mean, yeah, it has its if you have like severe social anxiety, you may see too much mirrored from you in this, and it may not be comfortable.
I keep looking into the void, and it keeps looking back at me.
Yeah. So I had just enough things to identify with her a little bit, but still not make me feel like like this is me. Oh my God! But
Right.
But enough to be like hey, I understand where she comes. I've had those intrusive thoughts. It's like if I do this really well, people just like me. No, that doesn't happen. Dang it. Well, maybe if I do this other thing, no.
Yeah, I wouldn't know anything about that with 20-something years of webcomics.
Or, oh my God, if I do this thing, people are going to hate me and like you'll laugh at me. They didn't really care. That almost hurts more.
Yeah. No, felt. I don't understand that at all.
Yeah. So fun show. It came. I think it came out this year. So there's just the first season. But it's a good show.
Okay.
Let's see, and Ranma and One Half continues to be fun. They just got to the point where Akane gets her hair cut off and is very upset about it.
It's on my list. I want to watch it, and I just haven't yet.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It has its own stylistic things. Like it seems like every episode has its like kind of very weird, flat colored, very manga-ish sequence. I mean, I don't know if that's like maybe they're just like going between studios, and maybe a certain studio got that sequence or what, but. It's not distracting. It's just weird when it happens in the middle of the episode.
Like, is it like consistently tied to a certain type of scene, or is it?
No. So in other scenes, it had been more the actiony stuff, but in this one, this last episode, it was just kind of a normal scene of characters, kind of talking. So
because I can imagine for like an action scene, kind of going with something a little more like flatly colored to convey emotion.
That's what I thought too. Let's see here. This episode 5, just refreshing. It did have a big action scene, but it wasn't in the action scene though. So
interesting,
surprising. I don't know. But yeah, screw the haters that are saying it's not as good. I mean, if you need nipples that much, you just look on the internet. You can find plenty of nipples.
Look, just draw them on your monitor.
There you go.
Just pause the thing, draw them on your monitor, and then press play. I promise it won't be weird.
Not
it
at
will
all.
in no way ruin your monitor. You will not be watching a YouTube video
with nipples
of Meatcanyon, and he has nipples.
So outside of anime, what else you had going on?
My team is number 1 in our bowling league right now. Well, at least we were as of before yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of up in the air because the other team. So we had some lane problems, or there were going to be some lane problems on the ones we were going to bowl on. So the league person contacted us, and we're like, yeah, we'll hang out, we'll see if it gets better before league time, which they I think they reach out like 2 hours ahead of time, and then the other team were like, that's great, that works for us, we're just going to bowl Saturday. So we bowled their normal time Tuesday night, and the other team bowled yesterday. And I know we had been number one before this most recent game, and we did win this most recent game, but because of the way the standings are, it's all based on points. We got 5 points instead of the maximum 7, so we could have dropped out. But
yeah.
I'm no super bowling person. I just bowl because it's fun, and bowling on a league means I get to bowl more.
Right. I miss bowling, honestly. My back fucking sucks, and my arms suck, and my hips suck. So
I haven't gone bowling in forever.
I still think you could do it because, like I said, there's a guy up there who, no disparagement to him. I mean, he's a trooper for bowling almost every week. He has some kind of I don't know what he has. I'm just going to say it looks to me like it's some form of degenerative thing, like, cerebral palsy or something.
LDS maybe.
Yeah, because he has, very limited movement, and he kind of, shuffles around, but he bowls, and he bowls better than I do. Like I think his average score is better than mine. So
well, we'll see. On the sole condition that you have to carry me back home if I throw everything out.
I think the last time I went bowling, it was a work event with some. Oh, that wasn't even a work event. It was just like a gathering of a bunch of us, and I recall having one of those big fishbowl drinks and doing the splits at one point.
God, I wish our bowling alley had liquor, or just even. I mean,
wow, your bowling alley doesn't have a bar?
No, it's run by a Christian.
Well, no, it was. I don't know the current people. I think they probably are Christian too, but the previous owners were Seventh-day Adventist.
Yeah, surprising number of bowling alleys here don't have liquor.
Well,
or beer. I mean.
Well, Kevin, of the 3 immediate to us, it's the one I go to is the one that doesn't.
Yeah, it's true.
The other 2 do. But, I mean, I don't like beer. I mean, I think it would just be good for the bowling alley as far as revenue goes.
Oh, definitely. Our place did, cocktails, too. So
yeah, I wish they'd do cocktails, yes.
Mind you, I'm terrified of the idea of drunk people in Clinton.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
No, fair.
Yeah. At least it's not Pearl.
Yeah, that's a thought.
If you're local, that I just said something really funny.
That's a thought. Are there even bars in Clinton?
No, they're all in Jackson.
So there might be some kind of regulation against it then.
Maybe. I don't know. Have to look into that sometime.
Because if there's no bars, that means there's probably no alcohol serving in Clinton.
Yeah.
Well, I always do appreciate a good glow in the dark lane night where they got the music. They occasionally they'll do a 90s night, I guess, and I need to go to one of those where it's just the black lights and all the greatest hits of the 1990s. Yep.
The biggest hits of the 70s, 80s, 90s, and today.
What about the greatest hits of tomorrow?
We do not deal in temporal physics.
Okay, so I guess I'll wrap that up because I can't think of anything else I've done noteworthy.
Well, no, and I appreciate you bringing what you did to the table. I'm glad that you're enjoying that slime anime, and I'm going to try to check out, was it Bocchi the Rock?
Yes.
Cool, I'm going to try to check that one out because it sounds cozy.
God damn.
Just twist that dagger, just just a little more.
All right. Well, what do we want to do, Kevin? Do you want to go next, or do you want to take a break?
I think we should take a break, and then we'll figure out who goes next.
Okay, sounds good. So we will be back to the relaxation hall in just a minute.
I'm going to be screaming next episode so much.
Hey, man, what's got you off in your phone there?
Oh, just going through all the funny Mothman memes and supernatural shit posts I've been wanting to share. I just don't know where to put the posts yet.
Don't you know about the Supernatural Selection Discord?
We have a Discord?
Yeah, for years, dude. Where have you been?
Can people chat with the hosts and get previews of upcoming episodes and generally post funny shit as much as they want with other listeners?
I mean, if that's your bag. I mean, personally, I wouldn't do that, but there are even live streaming events for the shows there, too. You've been in a few. How do you not know this stuff?
It must have been my doppelganger. How do I get into the Discord?
It's easy. Just visit discord.supernaturalselectionpod.com. Now say that 3 times fast.
Well, that's perfect. Now I can share 3 terabytes of Hollow Earth memes. Get it? Terabytes.
Never mind. Forget I said anything. Just don't do that. You should definitely not visit discord.supernaturalselectionpod.com to join the Discord. Don't. We don't want you there.
Too late. I'm already posting my alien abduction fan fiction with the general chat.
Join the hosts and listeners of Supernatural Selection on the official Discord. Just visit discord.supernaturalselectionpod.com.
And welcome back to the stress hole. I flipped it on you.
Dusty said that next week what I should do is host the show as a morning drive time radio host.
You're going to have to get a soundboard for that.
I was going to say, you have to warm up your soundboard.
Yeah? Yeah,
Oh,
you think
shit.
I should?
Are we going to start?
No, you need more, like, sproinging sounds.
Oh, like that guy in the fucking video of them doing Immigrant Song.
Well, no, knowing you, it wouldn't be like a sproing. It would be no springs.
No springs. Yeah.
Where does Coily fit in God's plan for us?
I don't know where Coily fits.
Oh man,
I don't want to know where Coily fits. Like MST3K offers new and troubling canonic things.
So I don't know if we want to introduce a soundboard to this because it's already kind of a madhouse. But it
is pretty fucking dumb.
Yes, no, absolutely. It would have to be very, very inappropriate soundboards, like Matt Lieb's Jar Jar Binks soundboard that when they were doing the Nazi episodes.
Oh God, yes, no, that was fantastic.
We still gonna die.
Every time he's on Behind the Bastards and has that soundboard, it's always so much better.
Whoopsie.
Oh God.
All right.
Yeah, no, it'll be like all these awful sounds of people like moaning and then "Hi, Pappy" and shit like that. Anyway.
Well, speaking of Poppy Kevin, what you got going on?
Don't you ever call me that again.
Hi, Poppy.
Shut up. Oh God, I shouldn't have said anything. So, first off, X-Men Watch.
Yes.
Not like a watch with X-Men on it, but like I'm still reading the current run of the X-Men books.
Mm-hmm.
I love what they're doing in just straight X-Men. Like, not uncanny.
Okay,
like
what about the queer X-Men?
Oh, they're there.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm talking about the one with Scott's team.
Yeah, just the titular X-Men.
Yes, it's, Cyclops, Kid Omega, and a bunch of other characters, Magic, Juggernaut. Mm-hmm. So first off, it turns out Magneto is in a hovering wheelchair because he has what they're calling RLDS.
Okay.
It's like having Lou Gehrig's disease, but it's because he used the Krakoan revival system.
I thought you were going to say it's Republican Latter-day Saints.
Oh my God, that's all of them, I thought.
But like because he was revived using Gold Ball's balls.
Yes, and the thing is, he's developed that, and he was and Scott was like, "We'll figure something out," and he's like, "No, Scott, I want you to think about this. I was only revived once, and I have this. My powers are out of control, and I've lost the ability to walk. How many times did we revive you?"
Oh my god, that's incredible.
Yeah. And Scott's also dealing with the fact that, okay, I love what they're doing with Cyclops right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're dealing with a guy that, at the tender age of, like, you know, he had a awful childhood.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with the whole parents' plane blowing up during an alien abduction and having a fucking concussion and being in an abusive home and then ending up at Xavier's and being like the leader of the saviors of mutant kind as a teenager. They're dealing with the fact that he's got a lot of fucking trauma and everyone he loves dies.
Yeah.
Like, we're finally seeing some consequences of that with Scott.
Mm-hmm.
But we're also seeing Scott being more, I know what the fuck I'm doing.
Okay.
Like, it cuts back to when Magneto first shows up to get Scott to rejoin the X-Men, or restart the X-Men, because he's on the porch just drinking, and Magneto's like, this is Logan behavior.
Yeah,
and
he's
like,
doing Wolverine cosplay.
Yeah, he's like, Scott, this is Logan behavior. And he's like, yeah, well, everybody likes him.
Fuck.
And, but when the Sentinel shows up, Magneto's like, what do we need to do? And Scott says, well, that thing's going to adapt to my optic blast in like 3 hits. Mm-hmm. So I need you to distract him. Mm-hmm. He's like, how many hits do you need? And I just need 1. And sure enough, he takes this thing down in 1 hit.
Yeah.
Because fucking Cyclops. Anyway, great fucking series so far.
Like, you know, and hearing you talk about Cyclops like that, that's the Cyclops I know. And I really hope, like, when MCU starts doing the mutants, like, they give Cyclops his due.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, one of the things I'm loving is, like, I don't know. It's just good to have the X-Men back, and it doesn't feel like Claremont, but it feels like where they would be now after Claremont.
No, I mean, and I get it. And then again, also, you've also had all of these years to experience the Claremont run. So depending on how this run shakes out and you have an equal enough time, maybe it is right up there with it.
Oh, yeah. And I'm also... Look, this is the first storylines of X-Men I've read since Claremont left where I've been happy to read X-Men. So that's saying a lot.
Yeah, no.
Because I tried to read the run with Kubert after Jim Lee left, and I tried to read the Jim Lee and Will Porstachio stuff. I tried multiple times, and now we're back at sort of a square one where it works.
Yeah.
And, God, this is fun. It's just good to read.
Like, I'm happy for you, man. That's great.
Yeah. And, like, they're also dealing with the fact that fucking humans all over the place are just suddenly becoming mutants as adults.
Yeah.
And Magneto's like, I don't care when they became mutants. They're our brothers now. I accept them. Mm-hmm. And everybody was like, wait a minute, you do what? It's just really interesting. We're getting some really interesting stuff going on there. And possibly Cyclops losing his shit eventually because of trauma. I don't know. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. The whole damn thing. And then over in X Factor, fucking Havoc is like having that run of Summer's luck.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Polaris left him, and everybody on social media is watching their missions going, man, nobody fucking died.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember you showing me that panel. I'm like, oh, Jesus, that's good.
Yeah, no, it's fucking great. And they're all like, what the fuck is this shit? Anyway, so, good comics.
I'm not going to talk about it till next week, but if you get a chance, read Absolute Superman, Absolute Wonder Woman, and Absolute Batman. Because I'm going to talk about them next week.
Maybe. I'll check out Absolute Superman. I'm not sure how I feel about Absolute Batman.
Start with Superman. But yeah, if you like Superman, do give Batman and Wonder Woman a try. I'm serious, because I'll talk about it next week.
All right, we'll see.
Yeah.
Other than that, I picked up this book for the other show called Magic in Britain, I think is what it's called. And it's about the history of magic in the UK, because the UK has an incredibly long history with the occult.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned of something in London. It is called Treadwell's.
Okay.
It is the world's biggest and most important store of books about the occult and paranormal.
Oh, so it's Alan Moore's library.
They also do talks there.
So Alan Moore has probably spoken there.
I need to make a pilgrimage to this place. It's in London, and I want to see it. I've wanted to go there to London for years anyway, but like this is like, I want to go there and like, I don't know, I guess leave a burnt offering or something. I don't know.
Right.
But it seems like a place I would like really enjoy going to.
Now is this book research for the show?
Yes.
Excellent, excellent.
Yes, because, you know, we're going into our World of Woo section.
Yeah, 2025 Year of Magic for Supernatural Selection. We're making it. We're going to make it happen.
Yep. Let's see. Other than that, so I don't know who all is familiar with Meatcanyon on YouTube.
God, sounds familiar.
He did these real fucked up animations. Like he did this one about Bugs Bunny that was so disturbing.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, that was so disturbing. Warner Brothers made him take it down. And claimed ownership of it. Kind of like, you know, the fucking Super Hornio Brothers porno.
Oh, yes, I recognize the art style now.
Okay, right. So, after that, and just the sheer amount of effort that goes into animating, he has pivoted to a new channel called Papa Meat, where he does live-action content, but it has animated stuff in it, and he has started, like, constructing it into this weird sort of David Cronenberg version of Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Oh, my God.
In that it takes place in, like, Meatville, and, like, he has a PC named Winslow that has, like, the tower is a human brain formed into a PC tower, and like the keyboard are fingers sticking. It's just disturbing. And I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. And then he started doing more food review videos.
Oh, God.
In the kitchen of the house with this fucking nightmare stove with flappy tits that hang over the stove door.
Oh, Jesus.
And like, its name is Margaret.
Oh, God.
And it helps him review, and it has a voice like this.
God.
And I hated seeing this thing, and I've seen like 2 review videos, and I'm like, Margaret is the most pure character in the world. I would die for Margaret. So if you're interested in, and also, they're still learning what the puppet does, so, like, the puppeteer will figure out something to do with Margaret's face, and Papa Meat will turn back and look at it, and he'll do a face, and he'll just lose it and start laughing.
Oh, God, I just saw a clip of that oven.
Oh, God, yes. Okay, so you saw Margaret.
Yes. Oh, my God, that's amazing.
Like, they did... I'm trying to remember... Okay, so... the most recent video, he's reviewing Doomsday meal buckets. And what he got Jim Baker buckets to review. But like he does this one, like he does it by like their breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Those are the 3 sections. And in the breakfast one, they have strawberry cream of wheat, which looks like a human fucking liver. Sitting on a paper plate. And he's looking at it and he's like, Margaret, this looks like part of your insides. Did you just peel part of yourself off and put it on a plate? And Margaret's eyes just look up to the side and gets this weird little grin. I'm not telling. And he just fucking dies.
I'm just in awe of that Margaret puppet. That is incredible.
It is amazing and horrifying, and I would kill both of you if you threatened Margaret.
Oh, I'm looking at this and like this is the most insane shit I've ever seen, and I love it.
Yeah, and they've just built like a third puppet that like is in a bed upstairs, and it's like, "Hey, buddy, how you doing? How are the legs?" Peels it back. It's like these horrible, like, for lack of a better term, like legs with amputee stuff gone from like diabetes or something.
Oh, Jesus.
It is just nightmare fuel.
Yeah.
And he's making them likable, and it's so fucked up.
Right? Oh, that's so. I'm definitely watching some of that after I get done recording tonight.
Yeah, you can blame the film gauge for this.
Mm-hmm.
He got me into this, dude.
This is great.
Like, Mike saw the stove.
How'd you feel about the stove, Mike?
I blocked it out because I literally cannot remember it.
Like, I always bring it up, and Mike's like, "Oh no."
Yeah, I literally
what
mentally
stove?
blocked
What
that.
stove?
Exactly.
What stove? What are you talking about? So I do highly recommend checking out Papa Meat. He's also got like videos without the horrid puppets.
Mm-hmm.
Like their latest video is him and his wife covering the top 10 most deadly gender reveal parties. And I haven't had a chance to watch all of it, but at the end of the video, they said we're going to reveal the birth gender of our child, our speculated gender that the child will transition to, and what the child's future dead name will be.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Fun stuff.
Oh, yeah. No, I love that. You know me, I like my weird nightmare fuel shit.
Oh, yeah. No, I kind of figured you'd be down with this once you saw Margaret. So.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Reminds me of like Cheddar Goblin.
Yes.
Yeah.
It has a very strong everything's better with cheddar kind of vibe to it.
Absolutely.
They're just lovable little characters that look like something out of Rick and Morty.
Yeah, just, a skin oven. Nothing weird about it.
Yes. Oh, you haven't seen the bottom of it. It's got a hoot down there.
Oh, Jesus. That's fantastic.
Yeah, they gave it an orifice.
That's funny.
At the bottom.
That's funny.
Yeah. Whew, boy. I'm trying to remember what else I've been doing. Well, okay, here's something interesting. I decided to try to read the Bible again.
Okay. Are you looking for Jesus?
Yeah, he's under the couch.
Yeah.
No, I started reading the Old Testament because, it's Old Testament.
It's the most metal.
It and Revelation are like real fucking metal, but like I've come to a realization, and this is probably gonna, given the world now, somebody's gonna string me up and set me on fire. So in Genesis, I can't help but notice God makes humanity twice. Like, the whole made the heavens and the earth in 6 days and then rested.
Yeah.
All right, so he does that, and he makes the animals of the field and the birds in the sky and blah, blah, blah. And then he makes humanity, and then he rested. And then he makes Adam and Eve.
Mm-hmm.
The implication being, he made humanity, and then he made the Jews. And it's one of those things where, like, it kind of clicked in my head all of a sudden, and I went back and read it, like, 3 times. I was like, this is the only thing that makes fucking sense in this book.
Yeah, like, he made a control group in the garden.
Well, like, he made them second, but yes, definitely.
Yeah, no. But he created a population, and then he's like, I'm going to try this other thing.
I made them. I don't like them, so I'm going to make pets.
See, so that just, makes sense, because you think about it, any other way. It's like, okay, so that means everybody is
Related.
just incest babies.
Yeah.
Or how when, Adam and Eve's
Incest
children
babies.
went out
Sorry.
and they met other people, it's like, where the fuck did they come from?
I was just gonna come to Cain's wife.
Yeah.
So if I'm not right, that means the population of the earth is Adam, Eve, a dead guy, and their living murder son. And their murder son is banished and given the mark of Cain, whatever that is.
It's the mark of raising Cains.
Oh man, he's just got that dog tattooed on his head. Okay, that's the mark of Cain. Now we know.
Yeah, see, you're poking holes in the Bible. I don't know if there's. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how many Christians we got listening. I don't assume many.
Look,
So
I'm not saying that I don't believe in God. What I'm saying is that maybe read the Bible a little closer.
And don't mix your fabrics.
Yeah, for God's sake.
No shellfish.
Yeah. No shellfish. Those are mine. So Cain, he's marked. He goes out, he builds a city and meets a wife.
Why'd he build a city if it was just him?
And where did the wife come from?
Exactly.
And everybody's argument is, oh, it's one of Adam and Eve's other children, which I'm like, ew.
Mm-hmm. His sister.
Gross. So I don't know, man. Also, there's this whole theory about, well, you know what I think the mark of Cain is, and then you get into racist crap.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the problem. No one with the mark of Cain exists because they were wiped out in the flood.
Right.
The entire population was dropped to Noah, his wife, his kids, their wives, and a whole bunch of animals, which we're not even going to get into the whole idea of.
Yeah, well, and then, Noah's daughters tried to fuck him.
Oh, Lot's kids did fuck him.
Yeah. The Bible is interesting. I'll put it that way.
It is, and then you get to Mount Sinai, and I always lose interest there because it's like, I don't need these laws. I don't need to know the exact dimensions of the tabernacle. Like, I get it. I know why it's there. But, I need... You know how in the New Testament there's, the red letter version where everything Jesus says is in red? I need, the blue text version where everything that is just instructions on building the tabernacle and stuff is in blue. And I can just skip that part.
Well, Kevin, I think you and I had this discussion once where we talked about how the Bible doesn't even rule out the existence of other gods.
Oh, no. In fact, it says they're there.
They're there, and doesn't even say you can't worship them. It just says you have to put Yahweh ahead of all the others.
It says, it doesn't say that I am the one true God. It says you shall have no other gods before me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Are we going to have to do some Bible episodes?
Oh, we are gonna do some Bible episodes. That is in the pipe after this time. I'm sitting here going, well, I got fuel. I got fire. Give me that which I desire. So, yeah, I've been reading, and it is just stuck in my craw now.
Yeah, there's some fun stories in there for sure.
Yep, and then there's the rest of it.
Yes, exactly.
So, I hate to, bring up the other show constantly, but, that is something that, happened in the last 2 weeks where I was like, I gotta get this out there.
Well, in all defense, this show is the spin-off of that show, in which we were trying to tidy up the first show because we kept going into the fucking tangents.
And now I'm dipping the supernatural balls in this one, so. Oh, man. So, here's a funny thing that's semi-related but not related to the other show. I know several people that do tarot readings that have refused to do tarot readings since the election because they just don't want to know what's about to happen.
Fuck.
And I'm like, no, I get that. I get that.
Yeah.
They don't want the divination. They don't want to see what's coming.
Right.
So that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, what else have I been talking about this week?
I don't know. Think I pay attention?
Fuck.
Look, that's
No, that's fair, because 90% of the time it's something to do with the show that Mike does not want to know.
that seems like a dig or something. But look, I don't even remember all the shit I did this week.
That's fair.
No.
I'm trying to think if I got any. I'm trying to think if I got any other Transformers stuff that's happened this week.
Because we have to get the Transformers in there somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we mentioned them now, so we're
that's
technically.
That's yeah. Well, I guess I'm done. David, do you want to go, and then we can do questions after another break? Or?
Yeah, and then we also got a game. So we'll go ahead and I'll go.
Not questions, but yeah.
Well, I think we do
have some questions.
Yeah. So okay. So yeah, I've got like 3 things I want to talk about. So number 1, happy birthday to Godzilla.
Is it Godzilla's birthday?
Yeah, 70th birthday this month. So -1 came back to theaters. Went and saw it.
Oh yeah.
And it was a special release that had like visual effects stuff because they won the Oscar and everything like that. So it had like a little reel before the movie, had a reel afterwards. Still an incredible movie.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah, like I'm so excited. And the guy who directed this one, he is doing another one. We don't know.
Doing a sequel, right?
We don't know if it's a sequel. We just know it's another Godzilla project, but it's probably a sequel because they teased the hell out of that with, both parts of the ending of that film. But no, it was nice to see -1 again. I'm glad. Like it was a pretty decent showing when I went, which caught me a little. It caught me a little off guard because I wasn't expecting to see that many people there. But like, that just goes to show it's a good fucking movie.
It is, and it's just good to have a good Godzilla movie again.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've enjoyed all the MonsterVerse stuff. It's been a ton of fun. I get both Godzillas I like. I get the big wrestling kaiju movies, but I also get the serious examination of human psychology and trauma in the form of a giant lizard. Yeah. Yeah. So, no, like, get yourself a hero that does both.
That's what Charles Dickens was missing.
Godzilla?
A giant lizard, yes.
Yeah, no, exactly. The ghost of Christmas futures ahead.
Far future. Yes.
Yeah, Godzilla comes to talk to Ebenezer Scrooge. It was incredibly fun to see -1 again. I was just so happy to go to the theater and watch it. It was a nice, cool evening. It's finally, the weather's turning over here to where it's like, oh my God, I have to wear longer sleeves. I love it.
Yeah, we had that for about 2 weeks, and now we're back up in the 80s again. So.
Yeah, I'm terrified it's going to change over here, but I'll enjoy it while I can. Yeah. But I did see a movie on Friday, which was the Overlord movie, the Sacred Kingdom movie. This is my anime where it's pretty much just the bad guys. And I had a ton of fun with it. I know exactly where it takes place. It takes place between episodes 7 and 8 of the most recent season. And I was incredibly pleased by it. It was a very... so they had dub and sub showings. I went to the subtitled showing at like 2 in the afternoon. I had to drive to another town to see it because it's a limited release. But I am pleased to say that like all 4 of us who were there all laughed at the appropriate things. So I'm like, I'm amongst my people. But no, it's very good. It's very standalone in the sense that like only a few characters really show up, and it's mostly focused on this very specific kingdom in the setting. And yeah, like because a lot of the characters that I like, the inhabitants of Nazarick, don't even show up. It's mostly just Ainz. And Albedo has like a quick little cameo at the beginning, and it's mostly Demiurge and Ainz, and introducing new characters. But so it was every bit as brutal as I had hoped, because that's one of the things I like about Overlord is it's a feel bad kind of thing.
Now, I'm trying to remember Overlord. You're talking about the anime.
Yes.
Okay, every time someone says Overlord, I'm reminded of the World War II zombie
Yeah,
film,
yeah.
which is fucking fantastic.
Which I had that conversation yesterday during the Star Trek game, because I had mentioned Overlord and we were talking
Right.
about that movie and everything like that. But everything that I wanted in it, and also like they continued a lot of subplots that they had established, and it was nice that like it kind of kept track of everything. So basically, they were able to condense 2 books into one 2 hour 15-minute movie, which was quite impressive. But it's also one of those things where I realized it was probably best off as a movie, because if they had done it as a season, you would have like lost so many characters who are very popular with the fans because they just don't show up. But no, like absolutely a ton of fun. It's definitely not something I recommend for a general audience. It's for the Overlord fans. I also just appreciate that like more and more anime is getting released theatrically.
Yeah,
Here.
I was just gonna say I noticed the first 3 episodes of Dragon Ball Daima are coming out tomorrow at 7 for a one-time thing.
Yeah, and I've been able to see like One Piece, Spy Family, Overlord in like movie theaters. And it's pleasant. It's pleasant. I know a lot of them are just like we're stitching the first 3 episodes of the new season together, but a lot of them are also just like, no, these are full movies.
Yeah, heck, Demon Slayer, instead of having a final season, they're finishing it off with 3 movies.
Oh, wow.
A trilogy of movies, so...
Yeah, which I need to catch up on Demon Slayer. That way I can go see those, because like there's just something fun about like seeing anime on the big screen.
I think you have time, because I don't think the first movie is going to be out. I don't think it's even out next year. It might be out next year.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be at least, at the soonest, it'll be 3 years before it's all done.
Yeah.
Probably longer.
Well, and I had such a fun time with this movie that I'm finally going to sit down and actually read like the light novels. Like I've had them and I've not had a chance to like read for pleasure, but I'm actually starting to get into it because you know my job. It's a lot of reading anyway. I'm reading the papers of students. I'm reading a lot of articles for lectures. Any other reading I do outside of that has been, for the show.
Yep.
And it's fun, don't get me wrong, but also...
I'm glad you can say that.
Well, then again, I tend to pick episodes where I know I'm going to have fun.
I pick episodes that are going to be fun, just not for me.
No, exactly. But that's the thing. It's like I haven't been reading for fun and for myself. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I gotcha.
And that's part of the way that like I improve my own writing is by, reading the works of other people. So I actually started reading for pleasure again. And I picked probably the most ironic book to do that with. Cormac McCarthy's Blood Meridian. So,
okay.
Have you ever read Blood Meridian?
I don't know what that is.
Okay, are you familiar with Cormac McCarthy?
I do not know who that is.
Okay, have you seen No Country for Old Men or The Road?
I have seen neither.
Oh my gosh,
I've seen No Country.
Yeah, No Country. It's a bleak story.
Yes. I understand that is apparently the bleakest thing the Coen brothers have ever done.
Yeah, so Cormac McCarthy, very, very well-acknowledged author. He also wrote All the Pretty Horses, which was also made into a film. He's just kind of one of like those great American writers. You know what I mean? When you talk about that idea of like the great American novel, he's usually on that list, and usually the book they mention is Blood Meridian. So I've read like several Cormac McCarthy books, right? But I've never read Blood Meridian. So, I kind of was like, I really should read this. I found out that the YouTuber Wendigoon did a 5-hour and 40-minute analysis video of Blood Meridian. So I started watching it just for fun. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get the book and I'm going to read it. And right now I'm only about like maybe 50 pages in. But it is an incredible book, but it is fucking bleak. But you know, like sometimes bleakness kind of makes you feel good in a weird way. Like it's just that catharsis of just like the worst of human experience. But then you know you look at yourself and you're like, at least I'm not going through that.
Right.
That was my experience when I read The Road, for example, which The Road's incredible. It's a
Now, I'm trying to remember which one The Road is.
it's got Viggo Mortensen, and he's accompanying his child across a post-apocalyptic.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I had that confused with The Postman and with the one with Denzel Washington.
Yeah, I would say The Road is the best of them.
Okay.
The book's incredible. I had to read that in while I was taking a class on science fiction when I was getting my bachelor's degree. Because when you get to like that sort of level of literature and English studies, you get to pick like specific things. So I did like Russian literature and science fiction literature and Chicano literature. But The Road, incredible. And then now, Mike, you've seen No Country for Old Men, right?
Yes,
Did you enjoy it?
I did. It was good.
Yeah, but
it's been a while, so I don't remember a whole lot about it, but I do remember enjoying it.
but you know what I mean by like the prevailing mood of that is very bleak.
Yeah, no, I mean it's about a serial killer that
And it's also a Western. So Cormac McCarthy is like known for his Westerns, and then like honestly like Blood Meridian. Have you ever read the works of William Faulkner?
No.
Okay.
I'm a bad literary person.
No, it's cool. Then again, like that was my thing, is like I was reading a lot of books for a long time and then I got burned out. So I've read a bunch of William Faulkner. I actually took an entire class that was just on him and books set in his fictional county. He has like all these interconnected books and everything like that. But Faulkner was very kind of idiosyncratic with his language and kind of did some like crazy stuff with his writing. Cormac McCarthy's the same way. So I'm reading Blood Meridian. He does not use commas at all.
Okay.
Yeah, like the sentence structure of Blood Meridian. I'm going to find like one passage in here. Give me a moment to... someone vamp for me while I get to Blood Meridian real quick.
I feel like I should watch more post-apocalyptic stuff sometimes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like, I mean, I dig the recent Mad Max stuff, obviously, and I don't know. I don't want to see The Postman or nothing, but like, I'm kind of curious about The Road.
Yeah, I would definitely suggest giving The Road a try. Let's see. Yeah, because like he doesn't really use commas. Like he uses them very sparingly. He likes to use the word "and" a lot. The other thing that he does is he doesn't use quotation marks for character dialogue.
Oh no!
But you still get what the characters are saying, and there's also large passages that are just in Spanish. And just like a lot of like these very short, they're not even really sentences either. It's just like, it's one of those things that like challenges you, but in a good way. So here we go. I've got one sentence here, and just like the cadence of it is very interesting. So when he found his mule, there was a small fiber bag tied to the animal's rope, and inside the bag there was a cup full of dried beans and some peppers and an old Green River knife with a handle made of string. Again, there's no commas in there. It's just kind of using that "and" to punctuate.
It's almost grating, but like it also works.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the comma's just a silent "and."
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like I'm enjoying the kind of puzzling of it. And like the character that they've introduced in this, Judge Holden, is probably like I'm only like 50 pages into the book right now, right? But Judge Holden is probably one of the most interesting evil characters, because nobody in this book is good. That's the thing. These are this is based on the those guys post Mexican American War who would collect scalps. They would collect scalps and sell them to Mexico.
Bounty.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it's literally a gang of bounty hunters. So many of them just end up dying. They commit horrible atrocities. Nobody in here is good, but among them, Judge Holden is like the most. He's like a 7-foot tall, hairless albino man with super strength.
What the fuck?
And it sounds like supernatural, but as you're reading in the book, it also just kind of sounds like it's just part of the world, where they're able to go from like New Orleans down through Mexico, reach the desert, right through the deserts, and eventually get to like the jungles at the very south of the state, and then they make their way back. It's so wild, and I'm just absolutely adoring it. And it's one of those things where also like I tend to read in my head, right? It's one of those where I actually stop and I will read the passages out loud to kind of find that rhythm and just to hear the writing, not just look at it and, say it in my head, but actually like sit there and like take in the words and how they sound. And it's beautiful and frustrating, and I'm in love with it so far. So like tomorrow it's the holiday, right? So I'm probably going to spend a good portion of the day with some coffee.
Is it a holiday tomorrow?
Yeah, Veterans Day.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah, support our troops. So anyway, so I think I'm going to actually spend the day just kind of reading Blood Meridian and just drinking coffee and enjoying the weather. You know what I mean? I haven't been able to do that for a while, and I gotta say, that sounds like the nicest thing in the world.
Would you say it's the bee's knees?
I would say it is the bee's knees, unironically.
Okay.
Because when I was in grad school, I had to do a lot of reading, obviously. My typical homework time would be spent, I would drive up to one of the local parks in the area called Simpson Park, which is up in the hills. And we're in a desert down here, right? So it's a lot of scrub brush, a lot of dirt, a lot of rocks. But Simpson Park has this like outdoor seating area, everything like that. So like what I would do is I would go out there, sit outside, and just do all of my reading and stuff for my classes. And meanwhile, Holly is out in the hills, like doing her witch shit, like just collecting flowers or whatever it is she was doing. But it was peaceful, and I kind of want to, especially now, I kind of want to try to recapture a little bit of that.
Right.
Yeah, and it helps that I have this like e-reader. I have a Kindle now in which to do that, so less carrying multiple pages of books with highlighters and more just like, no, I've got this nice little thing. I'll just grab a cup of coffee on the way up, sit out there for a few hours, and enjoy my time. So, that's the plan. That's the plan. But, aside from that, that's about it. No, just managed to see a couple good movies, trying to get some more reading in. Because here's the thing, like, at one point, I was reading for my classes 4 novels a week.
Jeez.
And Mother of God.
No, and I had to read 4 novels because each class would assign a novel, and it was a novel a week.
I don't think I can read 4 in a year.
Well, I'm
really
also
good. Slow reader.
Yeah, see, I got really good at reading fast. And
right.
I mean, by the time I had finished my master's degree, I was just fucking done with reading. And I feel bad because I'm like, this used to be something that I loved.
Right.
And that's the goal now. And the other thing is, while I was out on Friday after I went to go see the movie, I decided to go to Barnes & Noble just to check the price of books. Holy fuck, books are expensive.
Are they? I haven't looked at physical books in a while.
Yeah, like I'm looking at the paperbacks and they're like $20, $25.
What the fuck?
And I'm just like, this
used
is
to be like
$7.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's wild. And then I was like, okay, well, the other thing is I'm starting to write more, right? So
Right.
I'm like, I'm gonna go check out the literary magazines, because the magazine section at Barnes Noble actually has like not Weird Tales, but Analog.
But like Hitchcock and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, and they also have like other like smaller publications. I found this one
Sure.
that looked really cool, but the magazine itself was $25.
You know, Dusty is subscribed to a couple of literary magazines, and one of them is like $20-something an issue, and so is Weird Tales. But the difference is the one she's getting is like book bound.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So like I could see paying $20 for that, but
Yeah.
like
Well, and then the other thing is I love monster magazines, right? I love Fangoria.
Oh, right.
I love Famous Monsters of Filmland. I love
Yeah.
all that shit, and I was looking at those collections of stuff, and
bring
like,
back Starlog, cowards.
yeah, and it was just like those were 15 to 20 a piece, and I'm just like,
Fucking shit, dude.
and I mean, I don't know if it's inflation or if it's just that like print is dying, but it saddens me, because like, no, I would love to read the work of independent people. I'd love to read these literary magazines, but I cannot justify the cost of it.
No, I get it. Like, and it's the reason I haven't noticed is because like 90% of the time the books I'm buying are like at the front of the Barnes and Noble on the cheapo section.
Yeah, I can't tell you how much I love the reference section where it's like the cheap, here's a book of swords of the past 500 years. And it's just,
I'm going through like the clearance shit. And,
oh no, those are there.
Yeah.
Those are there too. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I have so many just like anatomy books that I picked up from the clearance aisle, clearance section of Barnes and Noble. Like, that's my favorite part of Barnes and Noble, actually, is just the clearance aisle, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I want to read more, because in order to write well, you have to read. And I feel like maybe I got caught in a rut because I haven't been reading as much. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, obviously I'm still doing a shit ton of reading, right? It's just, it's not the stuff that's going to help me to do what I want to do.
Well, I've been reading. I've read multiple books this year, and most of it, though, is like collections of short stories.
Which I love. I love short stories, man. That's probably my favorite form of fiction.
Yeah. No, I firmly believe that Stephen King is a better short story writer than he is a novel writer.
I will agree with you there. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I've been burning through a lot of Lovecraft books that are on like, not Lovecraft, but Lovecraftian books that are on like Kindle Unlimited.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty freaking cool for the most part.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I've talked about it a couple times on here. So
yeah. I recall you mentioned the Truckers versus Cthulhu one, which is good.
oh my god, that is still the stupidest and greatest story I've ever read.
Oh, and I did end up ordering that issue of Weird Tales.
Oh, cool. Let me know how that is when you get it.
Yeah, it was like $20, but you know what? It's fucking Weird Tales. Let's do it.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that fucking trucker story where they steal Nyarlathotep's daughter. It's just fucking great.
I would love it if we could like do like a book club thing eventually.
Yeah, if I can keep my shit together enough to actually finish a book.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it'd be cool if like all three of us were given the same book, and then we could just do an episode where we talk about them. I would find that fucking fascinating, and I think a number of our listeners would like enjoy that, especially if they could send in questions about the book.
Yeah, we'll have to think on it, Mike.
Yeah.
Would you be interested in that?
I mean, I guess.
Oh my god, I was scrolling through Reddit and somebody did a drawing of Margaret as a human.
Oh, Jesus.
The stove as a human,
Why would
and
you
I
do that to
hate
yourself?
it. It's like a cross between a woman and salad fingers.
That's fantastic.
I'm gonna just close this browser window.
But yeah, no, like
Stare at
if
my wallpaper.
for those of us who or for those of you who are listening who are like, a book club episode might be fun, let us know, maybe even suggest books. But yeah, and it could be a thing where we give ourselves like, okay, we got 3 months to finish the book.
I feel like we should do that with the listeners. Like, all of us read the book, and we all.
I mean, nothing would keep them from reading the book.
Yeah,
I know.
No, we can't. We'll do episodes like, you can't read this book. This is our book.
It's written in Yiddish. Fuck you.
Yeah, no, what we'll do is we'll say, hey, this is the book that we're going to do. In 2 months, we're going to do an episode, so we'll let you know on the socials, where we're at. But, that's the other thing is that I've talked to you guys about. Like, I would like to be able to, like, do little experiments like that with the show. So,
we should call it Book Fight.
Yeah, or book clubbing or something.
Oh, Lord. Club to death with books.
Yeah, no, if you want us to read something, tell us in the books section of our Discord, and we'll look into it, and then we'll see if we can all come to an agreement about what to read, and then we'll probably set that in motion, because I would love to do just like one episode where it's like, fuck it, we're going to talk about this one book for an hour and a half.
Yeah. Now, here's a question for both of y'all. My problem with a lot of books is I will start reading, and I'll get literally 1/3 or 1/4 of the way through the book and just lose interest. Which is usually right around the part where the plot really starts.
I don't know.
I don't necessarily have that problem. My problem is that I get distracted with something. And the same thing happens to me with like television shows and stuff, right? Where like, or even video games. I'll be very heavily into something for a couple of weeks, and then something else catches my attention, or I go back to something that is something that I do fairly consistently. So like I'll watch a show for 2 weeks very heavily, and then all of a sudden I'll go back to watching Trailer Park Boys and rewatch the entirety of Trailer Park Boys and forget about that other thing. Yeah.
Well, I'll get into like a podcast or something like that, and then be like, "This is really good. Why am I listening to Behind the Bastards again?"
Yeah. I the one way that I fight that is usually by tying it to another activity. So, for example,
that's what I do.
Yeah, like with Critical Role, or Hello from the Magic Tavern, it's usually I listen to those as I draw. It's just the problem is I haven't been able to draw lately. And that cuts into my opportunity to listen to that stuff. You know what I mean? So, but that's typically kind of how I fight it. So I don't know, if you find yourself getting through like 1/3 of a book and you feel yourself start drifting, like pick a genre of music and have that music on in the background as you read, and it'll kind of, whenever you want to listen or whenever you remember that type of music, maybe that will help you like, oh yeah, I should try to get through more of this or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or it could just be that, you just don't feel it anymore just because, like, you're not interested in the plot, or whatever it was that hooked you just isn't present anymore.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, but that's about all I have. So.
Okay. Well, you want to take a break before we finish everything up?
Yeah, we'll go ahead, take a break, we'll do questions, and I got a game for us.
Okay.
All right, we will be back after these messages.
Poopy. Hey, Kevin here. Hope you're enjoying the episode.
Hey, who are you talking to, Kevin?
Listeners of our shows. I also want to let them know that if they're enjoying what we've been doing, they can support us on Patreon.
Oh, Patreon. Were you going to tell them about the early episodes? Also, Patreon-exclusive episodes that can be found there, too?
Well, yeah, I was going to do the...
And then there's the other cool stuff, including art, merch for subscribers, like tote bags, hoodies, shirts, mugs.
Yeah, and...
Can you believe people could support us for only $5 a month? You're definitely going to mention that, too, right?
I was. Support Supernatural Selection and The Distraction Hole on Patreon for as little as $5 a month. Visit patreon.supernaturalselectionpod.com to learn more and get started today.
And welcome back to the final segments of The Distraction Hole. All right, how are we feeling, gentlemen? Is anyone else tired? Because I'm exhausted.
Yeah, Mike?
Yeah.
Tired?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Well, we had a question this week. This was probably better suited for Halloween, but we're getting to it now.
And we're old and we missed recording.
Oh, yeah. So this is from Man in Black, and it's, do you rewatch any particular shows or movies for spooky season? Like, obviously I have an answer to this, but I'm the Halloween nut amongst us.
Yeah, you rewatched everything for Halloween.
Yeah, exactly. I fucking wrote a book on it, so.
Yeah. Mike?
That's easy. No.
So do you like, do you have any kind of like Halloween thing that you do? Like, do you buy certain candy or treats for yourself, or?
Candy corn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, I was just eating some candy corn, and I'm mad at myself because I was lazy and didn't go back to the store to buy more candy corn before they got rid of everything. And now I'm like sitting here going, okay, how am I going to get more candy corn?
Oh,
Usually I buy
rationing.
like enough that I can have a little bit for like the whole year.
You know, as a treat.
Yeah.
Well, I do have a question for Mike, but Kevin, what about you? Do you have a...
I used to try to watch Ghostbusters every year. And
It's a good choice.
I know, but I tried watching it this year, and Peter Venkman is just like a menace.
Yes, absolutely. No, Peter Venkman's a terrible person.
He is awful. In fact, it made it difficult to watch this year, so I didn't even finish it.
Okay. Well,
So,
but hey, I mean, at least you had kind of like a thing, right? You know, maybe
I tried.
Yeah. Now, Mike, do you have any like movies that are tradition that you watch at a certain point of the year, or any shows that you rewatch?
Not really. I'm not too big on like rewatching stuff a lot. Like it's been long enough, I won't mind, but I don't know. Usually I'll watch it and that's pretty much it.
It's interesting because I actually kind of have like certain holiday kind of things that I will watch. So like around 4th of July, I always end up rewatching Band of Brothers and The Pacific.
Okay.
Yeah, and I just do. It seems like a good time to watch them. You know what I mean?
Sure. 4th of July,
Yeah.
I watched 1776, the musical. It's the
okay.
only musical I like.
No, that's interesting. That's interesting. What about you, Mike? Any holiday that you associate with a certain thing you watch at all?
There's obvious like Scrooged or
Okay.
a Christmas Carol for Christmas.
No, absolutely.
Oh, and Die Hard for Christmas. Can't forget Die Hard, the
Yeah.
best Christmas movie.
Yep.
It seems really easy with Christmas, I think.
Yes. There's just so much. Like I was lamenting just the other day, there's no Thanksgiving carols for us to sing.
Yeah. Well, usually
That one Adam Sandler song about turkey doesn't count.
So in November, I usually end up rewatching the Godfather trilogy. And I
Really?
don't know why. I just always associate the Godfather with like the holiday season, because like the holiday season plays out in the Godfather a few times, but I don't know. It's become this kind of tradition for me that's like, oh, it's November, time to watch the Godfather over like Thanksgiving break or something like that.
Well, for Thanksgiving, for me, of course, it's the MST3K Turkey Day Marathon.
Oh yeah, I absolutely
And
do
if-
that on Thanksgiving Day.
And if they're running like a shit version, I do my own.
Well, they're doing like a Turkey Day marathon on Twitch, I think. They're going to be doing every Turkey Day that they have leading up to Thanksgiving.
Wow.
Yeah, I had heard about that. I'll find the info for you, but yeah, no, but I'm with you there. Like Thanksgiving, usually if I'm like cooking something, I will have Mystery Science Theater on.
Yes,
it's a thing.
that was like a thing, and we work on Thanksgiving now, but like I think either last year or the year before last, I had my cell phone up and was running the marathon. So.
Yeah, no, and it's a lot of fun. Another one that I do. So in December, I try to watch the Lord of the Rings trilogy. That's like kind of, which I don't know why I make that association. It's probably because
it came out at Christmas.
Well, that I think it's because I have that time off to commit to like 3, 6, 9 hours of film.
Fair.
You know what I mean? For Holly, it's the Harry Potter films. That's like her December. But I can understand the Christmas association with Harry Potter because
Yeah, no, same with Lord of the Rings, really.
yeah. So like I don't know. It's interesting, and I'm just trying to think of stuff. Any other seasonal ones?
Okay, well, when I was a kid, at Easter, I would always watch the Ten Commandments on ABC because they played it every year on Easter Sunday.
Oh yeah.
And it's Heston as Moses, and fucking Eddie G. Robinson is in it as one of the Israelites. Where's your Messiah now, Moses? Yeah, see?
It's a good movie, though.
It's a really bizarre casting choice.
Yeah, absolutely. Then again, like, I do enjoy a good biblical epic. I'm talking about, like, old school Hollywood biblical epics.
Oh, yeah, no. Where, like, men and horses died for your entertainment.
Yeah, no, like, those hardcore, like, this movie is 4 hours, here's an intermission at 2 hours.
Now, I will say, you will never beat Yul Brynner as Ramses.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, that's my one Easter movie if I had one.
What we ought to do is, like, for a game, not this week, but eventually just, like, we name a holiday and then we come up with a playlist for that holiday.
Or, if that's too much, at least a movie for that holiday.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
You know, we'll each come up with a
like
movie
that
and
idea.
then there you have a playlist, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
we
like,
just list all the holidays.
yeah, it's time for an Arbor Day. Yeah, that's a good. That's a good.
That's Fern Gully.
Yeah, no, that's a good. Ferngully would be a great pick for that. But no, that'd be a fun little backup game in case any of us need one. But
Yeah, no, I like that idea.
But first of all, Man in Black, thank you for your question.
Yeah, thanks, Eric. We really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we're doing government names?
You don't know if that's his government name. You don't know. I could have just said, I could be talking about Magneto. You don't know.
That's fair. We're not snitches. We're not selling you out to the FBI.
Yeah,
All right.
snitches get stitches.
But that being said, I do have an actual game for us.
Oh, my God.
It is called...
Mike.
Yeah.
You're ready?
Yeah.
You excited?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, this game is called Whose Crime Is It Anyway?
Oh, God damn it.
And I have created a list of crimes, and we're going to go through the list, and we're going to decide which of us is the one most likely to commit that crime.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
you can debate them. Now, these are probably all misdemeanors. Well, I'm sure a couple of them are felonies. You'll see. So
I really hope political assassination is not on the list.
no, it is not on the list. Okay, so
Okay.
This will give you a clue as to what we're doing here. So here's the first one:
Okay.
shoplifting anime statues. Of the three of us, who's most likely to shoplift anime statues?
Okay, I know the audience can't see me like raising up and looking at Mike over the monitor, but I'm gonna go with Mike.
Yeah,
the man who has an anime wife who's sitting on top of his monitor.
Yeah, Mike, you gonna be able to defend yourself here?
If you were to commit a
Not
crime,
really.
Like statistically, like between the three of us, who's more likely to? And you can't just say me because I've outed myself as the most criminal intent. Yeah.
Here's a question: without, as long as they're within the, outside the statute of limitations, have you ever shoplifted?
Yes.
Okay, I do too. So
Yeah. And yes, these are anime titty statues, Mike.
those are expensive, man. I wouldn't blame you.
yeah, I probably I could see me. You're in a relationship and everything, and I'm a lonely bachelor, so probably would end up being me.
And again, this doesn't mean that you're actually going to do it. This is just like,
No.
statistically speaking, between the three of us, who is most likely
Who would be-
in the
yes.
yearbook? In the
Yeah, probably me.
yearbook, most likely to.
Yeah, it'd be Mike. Yeah, it'd be me.
Yeah.
Okay. The
Oh,
next
man.
one. Who of us is most likely to burn down a liquor store?
Oh shit.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin.
Yep. No argument there.
No
Actually, I
defense.
think
No defense, Your
burn
Honor.
down, I think burn down a workplace in general, because I used to threaten to burn down roses a lot.
That's why I said Kevin, because
Yeah. I
I could
did
see him
kind of
getting fed up
I
with
did
this.
Yeah, I kind of framed it with the liquor store thing.
Yeah, here's the thing, man. If that store had ever burned down, I'd be fucked. Because everybody knows.
All right, so here we go. Which one of us is most likely to hotbox a cat sanctuary?
That's, you know what? I'm going to go with the... Oh, shit. Okay, on purpose or accidental?
Either. It's going to be David.
On purpose, David. Accidental, me. Always me on accident.
Kevin, how are you going to get that much weed?
I thought we were talking about farting.
No, this is smoking at the cat
sanctuary. Well, David for sure, yes. Definitely David.
That's Dutch ovening.
Yeah, no, that's a Dutch oven, Kevin.
Ah.
But see, I think this is a good mix so far. We have a number to go through still.
Yeah.
Who is most likely to sneak aboard a space shuttle?
Oh, that's Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Mike would be like it'd be like that scene in God, I guess it was Haruhi, where they get somewhere and they unzip the suitcase and there's the loli in the suitcase.
Oh, Jesus.
Except it's Mike.
I don't think... Was that Haruhi? I don't remember Ololi and Haruhi.
It was his little sister.
Oh, that's right. His little sister. I forgot about his little sister. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the Mike in the suitcase.
So they'd be like, wow, why is this suitcase so god-awfully heavy? It's supposed to be like, 100 pounds, but it feels like it's 3 times that.
Yeah.
I also appreciate that nobody is debating. Once you've been chosen,
nobody's defending. Nobody's like going, nah, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah. Okay, this one might be a fun one. We might get some debate here. Who's most likely to engage in nude hitchhiking?
I'm gonna say David.
Shit. I mean, you're probably not wrong.
I'm gonna say David too, because
I'm too self-conscious. Like, I know my anatomical sins.
Well, okay. Here's a question: have either of you gentlemen ever been to a nude beach before?
No.
Not a beach, no.
Okay. Expand on that.
Yeah. Could you?
There was this party once, and there was a lot of alcohol involved.
Oh, I know this story. Okay.
Is it a fun story or a not fun story?
It's a fun story. Yeah.
Okay.
Just everybody ended up like. I ended up. We were like playing strip Jenga. And so,
okay, everyone out there, make a note to try that this holiday season.
And ended up like, a lot of people mostly unclothed and, were like tired of playing Jenga. And they were like, I was very shy. So, they're like, trying to get me to take my pants off. And they're like, come on, Mike, take your pants off. And all the girls would take their panties off because, that's all they had left on. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, and I had this pair of like track pants, had the buttons up the sides. And so I just grabbed those and ripped them off. Like, woo!
I don't think this is the party I'm thinking of. I was thinking of a different one when you were younger. The whole, it's never been this big before.
Oh, no, I never got naked for that.
Okay.
Dear Penthouse, you won't believe what I did with a Jenga set.
So
I never thought it would happen to me.
So I can proudly say I got a three women to take their panties off.
Hell yeah! No, I've done the nude beach thing.
Yeah.
It was fun, honestly. Like, it was just like relaxing. The water was great and everything. It was great. Okay.
I could the naked thing doesn't bother me. It's the hitchhiking part that I couldn't get with.
Yeah, I couldn't do either though. Like the closest I've been to a nude beach was when we went to Disney World to the water park, and all the Italian guys were there wearing their thongs
and their hair suits.
Oh yeah, no, they look like somebody dropped a country pleats and sausage on the floor of a barber shop
and put a Speedo on it.
Yeah, no, it's fucking gross. It's like, have you ever seen Kent Brockman on The Simpsons when he wears a Speedo?
Uh-huh.
Okay, but like a bunch of him.
It's like very tan guys with very white chest hair and like built like, whiskey barrels.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's gross.
No, but the hitchhiking thing, like I'd have nowhere to hide my pistol, so I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fair. It's a safety thing at that point.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Who is most likely to leave UFO literature in a church collection plate?
Oh, motherfucker. This isn't fair at all.
It's a foregone conclusion.
Yeah,
because I
pretty
have
much.
left UFO literature out, just in general.
Yeah, some of these are very much like we already know the answer.
Your Honor, he's leading the witnesses.
Exactly. Okay, all right. Well, here's one. Who is most likely to attempt to curse a pedestrian? To attempt to curse a pedestrian.
Like putting a hex on them.
Yes.
Oh, Kevin.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it. I don't. Well, maybe David. I don't know.
Yeah. Here, I think this is our
why,
first.
though.
This is
it
our
just
first.
for being?
Okay.
I feel like two of us. The
Is
both
it for
of
just
us.
the crime of pedestrianry?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, there's no cause
Like,
to
did
it.
they
It's
like
just
bump into you and not say "excuse me"?
like it's just
One of us.
it's,
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it's just like if someone came up to you, Mike, and said, Kevin tried to put a curse on a pedestrian, or David tried to put a curse on a pedestrian, like who is more likely? Like, which one do you think?
I think
That's
Kevin
the
would just be
problem.
mad. I think it'd be David then.
Yeah, but
I don't
one-
know. I don't know how curse, prone David is. I don't between the two. I know Kevin. His first instinct is just to be angry and
And then go
about
home and like.
bitch about it.
No. I mean, one of us is holding a magic wand right now.
Yeah, but unless you're doing it like under your breath, you're not cursing the weird customers at work.
If the
that-
wand don't fit, you must acquit.
Mike, you don't know the things I say under my breath. I've gotten very good at
So here you have convinced us that you are the one. It could have easily have been
It could
me.
be either of us, though.
But you're
I'm
the
not
one
saying
holding the
it's
wand.
not you.
I don't know how David reacts in his normal day-to-day life, so I don't know how curse prone he is.
I'm just saying that either of us could do it.
Yeah, but like the fact that you're holding onto a wand right now and you keep trying to convince us that you would do it, I think you're more prone to it. I think I would say that I also would probably do that, but
I think I do it more often.
Yeah.
But how are you gonna get this pedestrian's lock of hair though?
Oh, I no, it's just verbal. I don't need all that.
Yeah, no, it's it's a verbal component.
real-
You don't have to have a physical component for the spell.
No,
I should just
real
walk
curse
up-
needs physical components.
David.
It's just silent complaining if it doesn't have physical components.
Mike, are you saying me and David should just walk up and go "Theater" on everyone that pisses
Yeah.
us off?
No, if you're just like cursing under your breath and like not like actually making physical and motions and ingredients, that's just complaining with more
Pissed
steps.
offness.
Now, if I would have changed from pedestrian to like other drivers, because I've said some absolutely like horrid shit to people as I've been driving.
Oh, dude, if I were a member of a church, I have said shit while driving that would get me excommunicated.
Yeah, no. Okay, all right. Well, we've got another one here. Who of us is most likely to rewrite and distribute a Riff Tracks commentary in place of an actual DVD's audio?
That's a toughie.
Because it seems like it'd be a fun prank.
I don't think I'd do that.
I think me or David, either one could do that again.
You know, honestly, though, I think you would be capable of it as well, Mike. Can we all just say that we would all do this?
No, it would be my first idea for a prank, though. My first idea for a prank would be like, I don't know, slip a porn scene in it or something.
Oh, the old Fight Club maneuver.
The Riff Tracks thing would be definitely has more of a Kevin flavor.
Yeah.
David,
No. Oh yeah, go for it.
did I ever tell you about what me and Maureen did one time with Blockbuster?
No.
So we rented Manhunter, the Michael Mann movie.
Ooh, good movie.
Yeah, prequel to Silence of the Lambs.
Dr.
and,
Lecter with a K.
Lector.
Yeah.
Yes. Is a very Michael Mann movie, but God, it's good. Mm-hmm. And we rented it because it's a Michael Mann movie, and we had watched Heat the week before, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And is that the one? What's the one with Tom Cruise that Michael Mann did?
Oh, Collateral.
Collateral. We had just watched Collateral the previous week. and Warren had just learned of the existence of Manhunter. So we rented that, and we just keep going, man hunts man in Manhunter. Just over and over again. And before we took it back, they just, they open the DVD case, they see the disc in there, they close it, they put it on the shelf. Well, behind the CD, we cut out a piece of paper to be compact disc shape and cut a circle, for the holder. Mm-hmm. And we wrote in stylized font, "Man hunts man in Manhunter." And put it in the container and then put the disc in on top of it.
That's great.
And then took it back to the Blockbuster in the hope that someone would rent this old-ass movie and get a chuckle out of that. So.
If I would have seen that, I would have chuckled.
Oh,
absolutely.
I hope you would have.
Yeah, I love Manhunter, though. That's such a good movie.
Oh, fucking great movie. And honestly, I actually like Red Dragon.
Yeah, no, I think the best Hannibal production is a toss-up between Manhunter, Hannibal the TV show, and Silence of the Lambs, so, like...
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I tried to watch a TV show, and I actually almost threw up in the first episode.
Oh, it's so good.
I also got this problem. Who was that, Brian Fuller?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got problems with Brian Fuller, but we'll move on.
Oh, no, I get you. Okay, got a couple more of these. All right, who's most likely to storm a local government office wearing cultist robes?
Oh, well, up until the cultist robes, I was thinking me, but then with that part, it's probably Kevin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you shifted if it was just
if it had been
stormed.
like military camouflage, it probably would have been me.
I would probably be a pretty close second on this one, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Who is most likely to scream "Don't hug me, I'm scared" in a daycare for movie time?
Oh, that's you.
yes, absolutely.
That's you.
Sure.
That is straight up David. Yeah. Mike, you remember "Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared,"
yeah.
Right? The fucking terrifying puppet show that I adore.
It's so good. All right.
Well, I'm dead.
Just three of us. Anyway. Okay, who of us is most likely to replace soda cans with cans of water?
Oh, I don't know that any of us are, like, mean enough to do that.
I don't know where I would get cans of water.
I mean, if you're going as far as doing that, you probably have a way to put water in those cans and reseal them. So
sounds like a waste of a canning operation. So
yeah.
not me.
Well, we don't know the depths of how twisted your mind are, Mike.
I'm
gonna
gonna
go
say
David
you,
because
David.
he's defending it.
Yeah, you're the defending one. It's you, David. You do it.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
I drink too much caffeinated stuff to think that's funny.
Yeah, it's like, no, that's just cruel.
Yeah, that's just mean, man. That's like showing a kid a puppy and then flushing it down the toilet.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I'm truly the meanest of us here. Okay. Who of us is most likely to 3D print a pirated car?
Any of us.
Well,
Mike's got access to the printer, though, so Mike.
Yeah, and who else, knows things about cars?
Fair. Yeah, so Mike, but he'd also do it for all three of us.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we got two more. All right. Mm-hmm. Who of us is most likely to write the word fuck in 12 random library books?
That's me.
Yeah.
That is straight up me, because I've done some weird-ass shit to books.
Well, I mean, there we go. All right, and here's our final one.
Mm-hmm.
Which of us is most likely to edit vegetarian cooking clips into VeggieTales videos?
I'd like to think me, but definitely you, David.
I'm just sad I didn't think of that. That's
fucking brilliant.
Yeah, I kind of want to do that now.
Yeah, no, it's definitely you, but we encourage you. We here at the Distraction Hall stand tall with you on doing that.
Just Bob the tomato hops off screen, then it cuts to a guy dicing a tomato. You layer in some screams. So that was the game this week.
Yeah, that's a good game. Now, the thing is, about the one about writing the word fuck in library books, I didn't do that, but I did want to like sneak around to tables at a con and sign a bunch of other people's books as Stan Lee.
Excelsior.
Yeah, Excelsior, Stan Lee. And it's
That's good.
Why did Stan Lee sign this Batman book?
Because Stan Lee will sign anything.
Yeah, you're damn right he would have.
Yep. But yeah, so that was the game
one.
this week. I hope we had fun with that.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess we're going to wrap this up, so we need to go ahead and do our positive affirmation. And
Can I plug something real quick?
oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right, before we go, if you are a fan of old school webcomics, Coda's World is back online in its entirety.
Yeah.
You can find it at codasworld.the-comic.org.
Ooh, a .org on that shit.
Yeah, it is hosted on Comic Fury. So you can either head to codasworld.the-comic.org or you can head to comicfury.com and search for it there.
And how many comics was that?
Oh, Jesus, it's over 800. After you take out the guest comics, it's about 820 or so. So this is a complete archive from December 25th, 2019. December 25th, 1999. Sorry. All the way up to the one I did November 7th. Nope. Wrong date there, buddy. May 14th, 2020, when I was starting to go back and do more, which I will actually go back and do more Coda's World, but main bulk of it ran from 2000 to 2005.
Now, are you going to assemble those into like a downloadable form, like a book or something?
I don't know. Depends on how much I hate myself. I'm actually in the process still of re-scanning the ones I have. That it would make a difference on. So we'll see.
Yeah, I've got enough for like 2 RG Bots books so far, and I haven't done that yet. And I kept telling myself, no, you need to do it, and I haven't done it yet.
Well, this is maybe one of the first webcomics that would actually fill out a Wheel of Time book.
Which is like incredible, man. Like I'm so thrilled. I'm glad they're up. I'm looking forward to going through and reading them. Again, like I'm just so happy to see them back up again.
Yeah, same here. I mean, I hate that they went down, but also I lost my comic host year back. So I'm just glad it's back up so you can check it out. Just bear in mind it is old school internet humor for the most part.
Well, and what you ought to do is also, like, we're on the social medias, right? You ought to just, like, post one a day.
Oh, God.
For shits and giggles. Be like, hey, look, this is an old comic that I started back in 1999. We're going to just run through the archive. I think that'd be cool.
Sure.
That'd be dope.
Well, maybe. I don't want to get canceled with some of these jokes.
Ah, that's fair. You can always censor yourself. Mike, you got anything to announce?
Not really.
All right.
Ow. Oh, I just moved in a weird way. My side hurt.
He announced that he just moved.
Mike would like to plug a leave.
Yeah, I'd like to announce that I'm old and my back hurts now. Yeah, that's about it.
Well, I do have actually a pretty big announcement for the show. The zine is out.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Is that
so
this show or
we
the other
have
show?
The other show.
Yeah, Supernatural
Both
Selection.
shows.
The Cryptid zine for 2024 is out and available. If you go to supernat.rock/zines, it will give you a link to the printable, downloadable zine. You just print it, fold it, staple it, you're all set. We will have a ebook version where it's just like, you can go by page by page. But yeah, the first zine project is officially done and out there. It's available for free. So it even has like a little bit of an interactive portion to it too.
That's what I'll do. I'll plug that. I have a story in there, so you can read a story from me.
Yeah, I think your story ended up being like 4 pages actually, which was it was a lot of fun. Again, I'm so excited that this is finally out and available. We are going to do another zine next year. We'll try to like figure out the scheduling of that a little bit better. For those
I've
of you,
got
oh yeah,
ideas on that one,
yeah,
and we'll talk about that.
And for those of you who participated in the zine, my cat's very excited about this.
She is.
Yeah. But for those of you who participated in the zine, I do apologize for the wait. We were trying to get it out by Halloween. Wow. She's so mad. But yeah, no, absolutely thrilled as hell that it's out.
Yeah, and thank you to everyone that submitted, including Mike. We're all like really happy with the sheer turnout we had.
Mm-hmm. And I think with that, I think we can start wrapping up. So, positive affirmation. It's been a scary week, I think, for everyone. Like, sincerely, a lot of stuff going on. As someone who teaches for a living, I've seen some students kind of rattled by certain things. I've also seen some students be real assholes about certain things. It's more important than ever that we try to be cool to each other. And it may not seem like it helps, but just kind of doing your thing and making things and putting them out there does a lot for people. So, embrace yourself, embrace creating, because we're gonna need it, because it's gonna be a very tense period of time.
Yeah.
And I still say that's a positive affirmation. So, yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna say abandon modernity, return to monkey.
There we go. So, with that said, I guess we'll go ahead and close it out because the cat is throwing a tantrum. And we will see you next week with, I believe, another Weekend Weird and another Distraction Hole.
Woo!
All right.
Woo-hoo.
Take care. Bless you, I guess. I don't know.
May the force be with you.
Yes. All right. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.